Welcome to episode 448 of the Steel Cage podcast. My name is Derek Montilla, occasionally known as the best in the world, as far as the Steel Cage podcast is concerned.
Yeah, that's quite.
I am joined by a whole variety of gentlemen who I went to Las Vegas with this weekend and can't wait to tell you all about it. Joining me first, he's the chick magnet of this podcast. It's Uncle Beek.
Oh, hey, all right. Hey, everybody. Don't tell my lady friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell her.
Yeah,
they were just flocking to me this weekend. So many ladies.
You were very tall.
Well, tell her you were beating them off and saying, no.
I was beating one of them off.
Hey, you're not allowed to tell that story. All right.
Oh, yeah.
That other voice you heard, well, he's the Scotty Colton to my Phil Brooks. It's the SuperJew, Jared Rabinovitz.
Oh, I'm going to sue you. That's for sure.
I fucking hate you so much.
I will fucking sue you. I will fucking sue you.
Oh,
litigious motherfucker.
We have lots to talk about when it comes to suing each other. But next up, he's not straight edge, but he is a Second City Saint. It's the Neo X.
What's a Second City Saint?
Dude.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Get off this fucking podcast.
Let's educate him. It's a tag team, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's CM Punk and Colt Cabana and Ace Steel.
That's right.
Oh, doesn't Colt hate CM Punk and the ladder?
I don't think he hates Ace Steel. I think him and Ace are.
Yeah, they hate.
But yes.
Sorry, CM Punk is beyond me.
He's a second shitty taint.
Oh, I see. I like that. But last but not least, certainly last but not least, he's the voice of the voiceless, and he's the man who will blow me a kiss as he steals the Steel Cage title away from me, returning, making his triumphant return. It's the beast from the Middle East, Darrell Johnson.
Hello, my triumphant return, and no longer from the Middle East. No less.
I know.
I need a new moniker.
Yeah, you're Darrell from the East Mesa.
Yeah, I'm just some dude in Mesa now.
The artist formerly known as the Beast from the Middle East.
That works.
That's how it's going to be from now on.
The Bona from Arizona.
Well, boys,
I tell you what, though, he is missing that sweet mustache broom that he had on.
Yeah,
that sweet caterpillar.
Great little mustache going this weekend.
That first impression stuck.
Honestly, I'm like, this guy rocks a solo stash. He is fucking rad.
Yeah, it was great. I just promised I'd be clean shaven for wedding pictures. So
there you go. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Upcoming nuptials or done?
No, we already did it. 2 days ago we filled it out and I dropped it off today.
He's damn decent enough to only invite us for the party portion of it, which
there was no ceremony. we just went around the valley getting signatures. That's basically what we did.
And he had to be talked into the party portion.
It sounds like you were running for husband is what it sounds like.
Yes. I was shaking hands, kissing babies.
You did 500 signatures in order to get on the ballot.
Yes.
Yeah, and then just at the end is like the judge is like, do you
show
okay.
All right.
Yep.
Big hands or whatever.
Really?
All right, guys.
Really?
So
yeah.
we all got to see each other's beautiful faces in Las Vegas, and obviously we're gonna get around to our experiences with that. But
we are vaxxed, baby. Thot-boi-summer, baby.
Thot-boi-summer. But the biggest news that happened, obviously, while we were trying to enjoy ourselves in our various ways on this vacation, was the appearance of CM Punk at the second episode of Rampage in Chicago. So let's get your guys' thoughts. How big of a move is this truly for AEW? Does this put them up there and finally make them true competition for WWE?
Bit of a miss, guys. Bit of a miss.
Yeah.
No, I was just
he was
ironically making fun of Booker T, who thought this amazing moment that made a grown man cry, and we all felt that, was a bit of a miss. Anyway,
Booker T cannot be taken seriously anymore. That's I'm sure we can get to that. But
Eddie Moore.
listen, you did not disregard the word of GI Bro. You had to respect the bro.
Shucky Ducky the Quack Quack.
Shucky the ducky the quack quack.
I feel what this guy's feeling right here. I feel that this guy's feeling.
But
I like how everyone reached out to. Some people were making fun of him. Then everyone's like, "Hey, shut the fuck up!" And then a bunch of wrestlers, let's get this guy free stuff for being so rad and emotional at the wrestling show. I was like,
Right.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he should have put his mask on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get recognized on the hard cam.
my tribal tattoo needs to be in the shot.
But like seriously though, I mean, is CM Punk enough? I mean, is AEW enough now at this point? I mean, what does this do for the wrestling industry?
Well, I think there's this idea that their competition, and I think AEW is trying to say this, they are the alternative. But WWE is not going anywhere. They've got $1 billion deal with NBC. Unless you're talking about going and challenging an NBC sitting there debating between the two companies, who's getting $1 billion and who's getting nothing. That's not what's happening. What it is it enough of a thing for them to become a sustainable long-term competitor, which I don't know this singular move does. It definitely gets them a lot of attention, and a lot of viewers find out about the product because they hear CM Punk is back, which can probably set them up to and establish them as a long-term successful business, which is what they need to get to first.
Yeah.
And then with the series of other moves that they're doing, likely, Daniel Bryan coming in, what they've done with other people coming in with Miro and Malachi Black, the series of moves is what's going to get them to be that true alternative WWE.
The thing I like about it though is that this roster has somehow became some dream roster for me personally of like all of my favorite wrestlers. You throw Zack Sabre Jr. over there and it's fucking done for me as far as I'm concerned.
I thought you hated him.
Fuck that guy.
You hated him for a while, right? Do I need to go find some tweets?
That is not at all.
I can find the tweets.
Because he'll dig. We all know
I'm gonna
he'll
throw
dig.
this over to
Was this
Neo.
legitimate hate or ironic bad guy wrestler fan hating that guy?
I'm pretty sure he said he smelled bad. I mean,
whoa.
No, none of those things are true. But I'm gonna throw it over to Neo, who really doesn't have a lot of experience with CM Punk, and ask your opinion on this. You love AEW, so I know you're already kind of a fan of what they've been doing, but what does this do as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, honestly, it just didn't toggle my switch just because, again, I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan. The CM Punk in WWE was lost on me.
Okay.
I remember watching again like CM Punk stuff from back in the day, like an old ROH stuff, and I've been recently watching, old CM Punk stuff. When I shared that triple way match that he had with Eddie and Rey Mysterio, I thought that was pretty rad. So I'm kind of slowly but surely, turning the corner on CM Punk. Yeah. It's going to take a while. I think I am waiting to see that fight with he and Darby Allin, and I think that's probably going to solidify or destroy, whatever expectation I may have had.
Darrell, is he looking old? Is he too old for you?
No, he's not. Well, it's interesting because I'm on the other side of the spectrum here, because I really haven't watched much wrestling at all in the last 2-3 years. And I watched AEW today because Punk is back.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him.
It's like Josh said, it was the most excited he's been to watch a wrestling show in a long time, with that anticipation, knowing that Rampage was going to be that episode. It was considered the worst kept secret in pro wrestling that CM Punk was returning, and I still think somehow it was done the right way, right, without like really promoting it, but then constantly looking at the camera and winking and being like, hey, we're looking for the best in the world. And
can I say how ridiculous it is for you to ask, do I think CM Punk is too old, when I just watched a wrestling show with badass Billy Gunn and Christian,
who looks amazing. Billy Gunn does not age.
I know.
Goldberg just co-main evented SummerSlam.
Dude, Muda was Noah champion recently. Like, old guys are killing it these days. It's all right. Not that Punk's old particularly.
No, but okay, so you are well versed in CM Punk yourself. You watched all of his indie stuff. You've seen him his entire career just about. So what are your thoughts?
I'm super stoked on it. I don't know if anybody is necessarily the thing that's going to move the needle to actually totally compete with WWE. I think that's going to be a hard set. Like, it took WCW forever. They needed like so many linchpins in place. But I think as they're going, like with possibility of Daniel Bryan and maybe a Wyndham Rotunda showing up, I don't know. It's moving in that direction. But we also need to have the good matches and the good storylines. It can't just be, hey, our show is stacked up on these pillars of guys, but we're just kind of, treading water storyline wise.
Do you think they ever thought they would have this level of talent? I mean, I know that they had to build on the on those building blocks like you're talking about, and a lot of those guys I think are still going to be around for the long term. They're young guys. They're the future of the business and of the company. But I mean, at a time when, again, not to hate on him, but like our friend Joey Janela from the Nerd in Las Vegas was main eventing, episodes of Dynamite to now. Do you think they really thought they'd get this level of talent?
Yes.
I think they did.
Yes, they did. Because they got Chris Jericho day one.
That's true.
I think
that was a big grab too. Like I was
Chris Jericho has it in writing that he would never work for another company.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily thought they were going to entice Punk out of retirement. I think there would be a lot of stuff situationally that happened to get him there. That's what kind of did happen. Him getting involved with backstage with Renee. So a lot of things had to happen to get him to want to even wrestle again.
And I think that the discussion I read on Twitter was the fact that he appreciated the decorum that AEW had handling the whole situation with Brody Lee, and he felt like he could trust AEW and decided to do business with AEW. Correct?
Yeah.
And with that, I think it's part of it is who the EVPs are. Whether you want to like them or not, the fact that it is wrestlers who understand the business, they can relate to these guys, being frustrated with creative and stuff like that, and understanding what that needs to be for an outlet for somebody who feels like the business did them wrong, who feels like they didn't get to be themselves, who didn't get to experience wrestling the way they wanted to. And a lot of guys who had similar backgrounds to, with the ROH, with PWG, things like that. So they can entice these guys and they could tell them, we understand, we actually get you. They're not just some suit in corporate. They understand. They're guys who can communicate with the rest of the guys, know the frustrations, and give them what they want, which is you get to have a little more creative freedom here. We're going to treat you better. You're not just a part of a corporate cog. And that's really what it is. Whereas Vince views everybody as replaceable, I think Tony Khan and the rest of them are like, no, you have special, unique talents. Let us use that. We're not going to mold you to our style. We want you to bring your style, and we're going to put all those styles together and see what happens. And I think that's
right there. That's the biggest thing, is that WWE, for me personally, just
damn you, Neo,
force everything. Why are you doing this? You're making me hate AEW right now. But it's
who's that guy?
You know who it is. Oh, you don't watch sports ball. I forgot.
For the people not watching the video, Neo decided to put up a picture of Giannis at AEW because Neo's a fucking asshole
right now. I wasn't feeling bad enough about my sports fandom as it is.
Sports ball.
But I think that they have really good storytelling, and I'm not worried about the storytelling. It's just a matter of getting guys to settle in and getting past that point. I saw some comparisons of CM Punk being like when WCW acquired Hogan. And I feel like that might be a little bit of a tall task for CM Punk to fill that kind of legendary status for someone like Hulk Hogan, who was arguably the biggest pro wrestler, in wrestling. But
it was a household name to even non-wrestling fan households.
Correct.
That's different. That's a very
he's
different
still top of the list.
But it's still like
CM Punk was quite that, but I can say with wrestling fans,
comparison point is close.
Perhaps he's kind of on that same level.
Underlips, you say?
But you laugh about that, but that is something people knew. Learned about Hulk Hogan through Rocky, and there was a ton of stuff. He was everywhere.
Yeah, he was all.
CM Punk never really had that level of fame.
You haven't seen Jacob's wife, clearly.
Hey, he gave a shout out to AJ, by the way. And do you think that kind of alludes to the forbidden door being open for AJ as well?
Is that the forbidden door? Like,
I don't know what
somebody from
no. That we just use forbidden door all the time now. It's just
okay.
Everything's.
I'm sure Punk's used her forbidden door, but that's a different.
Sure.
Oh, are we not doing that content anymore?
I don't know.
I know it's been a while.
Podcast
gosh,
a couple of years.
What? Yeah.
I mean, just grow up is what I'm saying. Grow up is all I'm saying.
No, just no.
Can we cut that out, Josh?
Yeah, Josh. Do we have any emails?
Do we have drops? Do we have drops?
No,
we're gonna get drops. We'll have drops.
No, we're never doing drops.
Shit'll get silly when we got drops.
I will tell you what moved the bar for me. Fucking ice cream bars. They gave away ice cream bars, which people were selling the wrappers for on eBay for like $40, $50.
So how many of them did you buy,
Fuck
Derek?
You.
It's Derek. Let's be clear. Derek would absolutely.
You didn't, did you?
Well, I got a deal on 3. The guy sold me 3 for $50. It was a deal. If they were going 1 for $40. What? Come on, there they are.
What's great is the company that does those is apparently a Chicago company that made them for Punk, and they said Punk came to them like 3 years ago to plan for this. Like he did this out of pocket. He wanted to do it. He wanted them. If I return, he's like, if I return to wrestling, could you guys pull this off? And they went, yep. And then apparently he contacted them and they got the ice cream bars there.
But was it like an ice cream sandwich or something like that?
No,
it's like the old
school ice cream bar. I want
old school ones, that's just vanilla ice cream, the chocolate.
They're apparently hand dipped. Like,
yeah, see, the original ones weren't dipped. They were like a 2-part thing.
Oh, they're not the WWE style, of course.
That's what
this is better. Punk did it better. Punk did the WWE.
Oh, see, this gal has like a bar.
Look at her enjoying herself.
Look at that. That's easy to mass produce. What's the difficulty there?
I like how Punk's like, man, when I come back, gotta bring these fuckers ice cream.
That is the number one priority.
But you know what? The ice cream got so much attention because it was
Look
a
at
thing.
Taz.
WWE could have done it.
Taz is stoked on the ice cream.
WWE easily could have done the ice cream bars, sold a ton, and made a fortune.
They brought back like an ice cream sandwich version, which is
it was shitty. But so Punk does this, and his return is just an extra fuck you. Like look at how crazy these are gonna go viral.
They just pull them out of the box where the box lined with dry ice. Like
I would have imagined so, yeah.
Everyone walking out with like melting ice cream. Thank you, CM Punk.
They probably kept them in like Sub-Zero freezers and then
CM Punk chocolate covered vanilla bean ice cream bar. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds like
all right.
I got Fly God lemonade when I went to West Side Guns pop-up.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is this scissor that he's got in the fucking closet?
You waited 2 hours in line for some lemonade.
Hey, man, it was an experience. You got some shit, yeah.
Back off.
You gonna make some more inappropriate comments about ladies, Jared? Jeez.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah, Jared.
Anyway, you know, my memories of Vegas are fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure I could quote all of you on some questionable comments.
No, anyway.
I was shocked at all the language.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that this weekend.
And here we go.
This weekend for me personally had a lot of, transition for me. I think the viewing SummerSlam and seeing what AEW has been doing lately, I think AEW has been killing it. Rampage has been a huge success. I think a lot of people have found their groove over there. Apparently, Malachi Black stole Cody Rhodes' entrance tonight on tonight's episode of Dynamite.
I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah.
I thought it was different. I didn't realize what it was, but yeah.
So like,
did his entrance music have entrance music?
No, I think he just stole coming up of the middle.
Oh, okay.
You know, where everybody else comes through the tunnels. But like, I don't know anybody personally that's had a better life post WWE than the Show 2.0. These guys were on NXT like 3 weeks ago, and they're fighting Sting now. It's crazy how fast these guys like wrestling lives change. And I mean that sincerely. I didn't expect the AEW to utilize those guys the way they did.
And honestly, man, like they had very limited wrestling exposure to, in my opinion, in NXT, but they kept getting over with like promo work and, you know, all that stuff.
Well, and that's the type of stuff I thought they would be used for, more of that promo type work. But
aren't they just called 2.0?
Yeah, they're just 2.0,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
They still say it says the show's still on their gear though, and I don't know if they're what they're eventually going to go with, if they're going to stick with 2.0. I just think that those guys are funny, they're talented, and they just went in the complete like kind of campy heel route, and I love it for them, and it works, and like it's enjoyable to watch them get their ass beat. I don't know.
Their comedy, because they're so close with Kevin and Sammy, that's why their comedy just hits me perfectly. Like I love the way Sammy and Kevin's jokes. So yeah, very similar sense of humor.
I'm a big fan of Community too, so that's entirely what their gimmick in NXT was based on.
Well, and then they're paired with Daniel Garcia,
who's a badass,
who's amazing.
Yeah,
so he's kind of like the all-around heater of the group.
I saw a meme recently that went out where they were like comparing him to Suzuki, like as an insult, like he's a discount Suzuki, but I'm like, that's a compliment in my book.
Yeah,
comparing him to Minoru Suzuki in any fashion
happily be a
is
discount
a compliment. Yes, exactly.
Suzuki. But it's just wild. I think that they're All Out. There's a lot of excitement around All Out. I like the stories that they've been telling. The Labors of Jericho has been a lot of fun to watch. I think that they knew exactly what they were doing when they had Chris Jericho walk out with no music during the non-use of Judas.
Yeah, they left the lyrics on the seats. Let's not pretend like that was totally natural.
Why not?
Yeah, that match is gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Neil's showing a picture of Daniel Garcia actually
He actually
facing
does?
Suzuki.
He is fighting, but oh shit!
I really want to go to this.
That's dope.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
No, wrestling just right now is really cool. I think that
fun as hell, man.
It's a lot of fun. I think AEW has really become the bridge. They've been very smart about working with other promotions and doing things in a different way than we're used to seeing. I know now, like the Forbidden Door thing is referenced so often, it's kind of cliche, but it really is the entire joke that WWE kind of locked up the wrestling industry when this was the way business was done years ago, right? I mean, this was the way the territories kind of worked with each other. They lent talent, they promoted each other's, thing. It was a little bit more of a working together rather than it being, what WWE has created.
I just need to say something. I just read the most ridiculous thing online. So according to Tony Schiavone, CM Punk showed up at the building with Sign Guy Dudley for Rampage.
For what purpose?
They're friends.
Huh?
Who's that?
God damn it.
Yeah, he's popular, dude. That's Louis Dangerously from ECW.
Sign Guy Dudley. The Dudley Boys.
Okay.
What are the Dudleys?
I asked because there could be new listeners. Jesus Christ.
That wasn't a reference for new people. The people who needed to know knew exactly who I was talking about.
So everyone in ECW, the Dudley Boys had a guy who came out and carried a sign. That's who he's
Thank you, Beek. I appreciate that.
That wasn't that difficult.
Nope.
Not difficult at all.
But yeah, it's Louis Dangerously, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would not think Punk and Louis Dangerously. Sorry.
No, there's a lot of things I wouldn't think. We saw that picture that Neo put up a little bit ago of Punk and Malachi Black doing what appeared to be some training together.
The crisscross applesauce gang.
I have to believe that'd be one of the top people for Punk to want to train with to get back in the ring.
Absolutely.
Like,
especially since he's 0-1 now, huh? In MMA.
Didn't he
0-1-1?
Yeah, 0. Yeah. I think that second loss was expunged, so it just never happened, right?
I don't think it was expunged. I think it was changed to a no contest or no decision.
Yeah.
Right.
Were you guys disappointed by his post WWE career? I sincerely thought he would do more.
It was funny to me.
Well, he wrote some comic books, starred in a couple of low budget horror movies, and he did whatever he wanted to do. Like it's not up to me to judge what he did after he quit WWE.
I'm asking you to put on a white wig and judge.
Come on.
Glad-
He put his life on judgment right now.
Yeah, well, I do think the UFC career was a little hasty, and I watched both of those fights just nervous for him, and turns out I was right to be nervous for him.
I felt the exact same way. Yeah,
You know that.
you wanted him to win, but you're like, I don't think he's going to.
Yeah,
He's unfortunately he was too famous to just be left on the undercard or not be on the show. Like they needed to promote him, they needed to bring him on. He needed to actually go and do some legitimate, maybe like Bellator would have been a better fit, not
Maybe.
such a high level, but
Sure.
you know,
right.
he got to do what he wanted to do.
He wasn't
fault him for trying.
he wasn't gonna win in Bellator either.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it'd be less of a high level. I guess people would still have noticed and made a big deal
Yeah,
about it.
it's
Yeah.
Punk. The wrestling fans would have noticed. It's not like, you know, the casual MMA fan who didn't know who CM Punk wasn't
And
moved
I'm-
by it.
But let's
I'm
not
sure-
get twisted. Whoever thought he was an actual legit tough guy? I think he's cool and he's an awesome wrestler and he's amazing on the mic. But I never said this guy is a badass that's gonna whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Right.
I always thought he would be some sort of host of a show or be involved with like a movie or a television series. I never imagined when he first
Well, he
left
is.
WWE that was what he was going to do.
He's on heels.
Oh, I know that. I know. I'm just
Mhm.
saying that's now. That's after he's decided to also come back to pro wrestling. You know, I thought he would sincerely be successful enough that he wouldn't have to come back to pro wrestling. That was my feeling. I thought he
I
was the
think
kind
he
of guy that
technically
could,
is. I think he is successful enough not to
Yeah.
come back. He's
Like,
just let's fucking do it.
that was going to be my question: is do you think he's back for the money? I mean, he's
100%.
I'm sure he wants the money.
His
Well,
deal is
yeah.
supposed to be stupid because it's supposed to be like he's got 4 matches a year for 3 years,
yeah.
and
For-
it's
for-
stupid minute.
I think
for
it's just
Brock
4
money.
pay-per-views. He has multiple appearances, just 4 pay-per-views.
4 matches is I think what it is. I think he's got more appearances, but he's only got to get in the ring 4 times a year for I think like $1 million a year or something like that.
Whatever.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I'd
sure he
take
wasn't
that.
hurting. He probably wasn't hurting.
I'd get in the ring 4 times a year and get my ass kicked for $1 million
Yeah.
bucks a year. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I'll have to spend half of that on medical fees, but that's fine. That's still, you know,
I
half
would
Will's letting his knees
I would
out.
whoop Jared's ass for $1 million a year.
Yeah, I'd watch that. I'd pay $54.95 to watch it. So I'm in on that.
All right, we got a business plan here, Jared.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's get to the big show and not Paul Donald White.
That's Tall Paul. Get
What?
it right. Tall Paul.
Paul Donald White. Did they
Paul
reference his
Donald
middle name?
White. Yes. Apparently, they posted it on an appearance, and a bunch of WWE wrestlers were roasting him on it. Kofi posted, "Who the fuck is Donald?"
That's awesome.
It was great. But yeah, so we were all at SummerSlam. We were there.
Hey.
I was there. I didn't get the shirt. We had a blast in Las Vegas. We had all sorts of fun eating and drinking, and we stopped at Fat Tuesdays several times and got giant tall boys. We had
Diabetes.
diabetes for sure.
My God, it's flaring up like a motherfucker.
I got to
But-
eat Mama Fuko twice, so
But we didn't get COVID.
we did not get COVID.
Well,
Unless-
results
that
are
we're
still
aware
pending.
of.
Wait, hold on. But we were at SummerSlam, which kind of turned into a giant disaster.
Oh boy, did it.
My
yeah,
understanding
shit.
is people enjoyed it much more on television than a lot of us did there.
Well, that's probably because they could actually see the matches rather than have lights in their eyes like this.
Oh my God, he's doing the
Wait a
light.
minute, I'm at the show.
Ah,
Oh, there's flashbacks.
Oh, I don't
Section
understand.
129. Oh.
Like, it's weird, but the light thing and a lot of other stuff that goes on at an event like this, for me, is very metaphorical for how WWE feels about fans. They
yes.
don't give a shit about us. We're fucking background for their show, you know? And like, if they did care, they would go up and have someone walk around in all the sections and have the fucking lights that they're going to have on during the show and see if it affects them and like get the lights right. Or once people start complaining, they would get the lights right. That pales in comparison to the fact that Allegiant fucking Stadium, their entire cashless system went down, so we couldn't buy any food or drinks in the entire The length of the show.
And then to make matters worse, there was no coordinated effort to have consistency across the different vendors as to what they were doing. Some were just giving out sodas and water. Some were giving out sodas, waters, and food.
It was a free for all. It was a free for all because honestly, like once everything was just off the hinges, everybody just rushed like different places. Like I personally rushed different places and grabbed cheesesteaks and sodas and
cheesesteaks,
hot dogs.
I got
$56
worth of Yardbird. That's what I got for free.
Yeah, they cut the line off right before Beek and I with a bunch of fucking pretzels that were going to go bad. And they're like, nope, we're not giving anything more away. I'm like, I need a fucking water. It's been 3 hours. I can't buy a beer. Give me a fucking water.
He Karen'd on him and he got a water, damn it.
Yeah.
We fucking
No. I went full SuperJew. Let's be very clear.
He did.
I was at the one with him and they said no more water. So I walked down to the next one. The lady's like, here you go, 2 waters. What's going on?
But that's the thing, is the consistency wasn't there. They were telling us at the one where they shut down, it's like, oh no, we're shutting all
could it be because like there were just different vendors across the stadium? Like does each vendor have
everybody was making their own calls, you know?
But it's all managed by one company.
But some place it was all operating based on the people that were within
the thing. Who's made the decision? I made the decree. We're giving away the fucking food.
Right.
Well, because I was in the upper decks in the 200 sections.
Oh, shit was crazy up there.
Yeah, and because I got up and walked out after the Bianca match, I was just kind of roaming the halls and was the first one to experience all the
no wonder you got all the free shit.
I did, man. I really did.
Jumped in line right away.
Like cheesesteak, please. Hot dog, please. Beer.
Not
beer. I like sodas. Like soda, please.
My buddy Jimmy gave me a beer. Then he found out that we didn't get any beers. The rest of them, he goes, they kept stocking us. I would have gave you some more. I'm like, why are you telling me this now? I am mad now. Don't tell me this.
Who? What? No.
My buddy Jimmy, he had a box. They said, they kept bringing us beer. I'm like,
oh my God.
Don't tell me this now.
Was it a media box?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
it was like it was on our level too. Like I literally, had I known, could have kept walking around the corner to score beer. Jimmy, you could have kept that to yourself, man. No,
Jimmy.
Or just made the call to text him more often during the show. And I don't know how this whole thing impacted my show experience. I have to feel like a lot of my bad feelings towards this show were because of that. I just think that I've been watching a lot of AEW lately, and I felt like the biggest AEW mark sitting there watching SummerSlam because I constantly kept making these mental comparisons to how much better things are on that show than WWE.
And meanwhile, you were sitting there, you didn't even pay for your ticket. Those of us who paid were just sitting there, fuck this.
You shouldn't have bought anything, Jared.
I was told to.
I think we told you the opposite. I think
no.
Who told you to buy tickets?
Nobody.
I'm not going to name names.
Nobody.
It was a very frustrating experience.
I'm not going to name names, but their Kickstarter just funded.
Okay.
I know most of us didn't get a lot of food or water, but did any of you have to go to the bathroom at all?
Oh, they were awful. They smelled awful.
Yeah, the toilets overflowed and smelled horrendous. So that's why people had a better time watching it on TV, because they probably had working toilets and access to food and beer.
And then
I think enough beer. They had enough beer to drown out what was happening during SummerSlam. Is the thing.
That too.
SummerSlam. Corey Graves' sweet commentary.
Yeah, I'm not with Derek. I would say it wasn't just the concessions and the bathrooms and the broken ass stadium that the Raiders deserve every ounce of.
No.
But it was a subpar show. Really I know I haven't watched in a while, but I still know pretty much all of these people, and every match was either 2 guys I kind of like against each other, or 2 or 3 people I really don't like against each other. So I wasn't really rooting for or against anybody. So it was all just, I don't care. Well, it's nice to see Edge wrestle, but I don't really care if he wins or not. You know, it's just, it was all that for me.
Well, and that was arguably the best match of the night. Edge's match with Seth. The entrance with the Brood entrance was fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
The match was great. I was engaged fully in it. The only other match that I was that engaged in was the main event, and I think those two matches stood out. But then even the main event, I was so frustrated with the slow pace of it that I was convinced from my seat that John Cena must have sustained some sort of injury, because there's something wrong with how fucking ridiculously slow paced this match is. Now, that's one of those things that people had apparently a better experience because they could hear and see the things Roman Reigns was seeing, and the camera was more focused on him. Whereas from my perspective at my seat, it was just a whole lot of John Cena getting beat the fuck up by like one or two punches and then rolling around on the ground a bunch while Roman Reigns goes and talks shit to, people at ringside or whatever. It was a very slow build, but eventually it got to be a very good match. I just thought that overall a SummerSlam like this that was supposed to be so historic really had a lack of big moments, things I cared about. And that was me watching in person. The experience reminded me a lot of the Superdome when we were there for WrestleMania, and I was throwing up in trash cans, where it just felt like this odd dystopia that I was trapped in and I wanted out of. It was, it was so weird. Neo, however, may have made the best call because he decided to leave the show after the most egregious, segment took place. For some reason, and I love how they even revised this when they showed the highlights on Raw, but they decided to have Bianca versus Sasha not happen because Sasha has COVID, something we as a group were aware of as early as Thursday.
And who doesn't have COVID?
No. Some of us were aware of it Saturday of the week before, when she missed. They both got pulled from house shows under mysterious rumors, one that Charlotte was already off of because she was at Triple Mania. And so there were reports going around that the main event, that match was in jeopardy as early as Saturday night of the week prior.
Jared, you're talking about fucking internet speculation. I am talking about actual text messages we received from people that work with WWE on Thursday telling us Sasha wasn't going to be there. Thank you. I needed to pat myself on the back with that one. But my point is that then on Friday here in Phoenix, Arizona, they still did nothing to change that match. They proceeded full force ahead to the point where we thought maybe the information we had been given wasn't correct. We even thought that up until the start of the match with Bianca and Sasha, when they were showing the highlights and getting ready to have Sasha come out.
Subject to change.
And instead they have Carmella come out and say Bianca can't perform in this match or can't compete, right? Which again,
Sasha.
Sasha. And so that for me was that was the beginning of the confusion. Like the necessity to still have Carmella come out as the competitor, as the replacement, when the eventual why didn't you just go to Becky at that point? What was the point of Carmella coming out?
Because Becky,
just to give us another swerve, dude.
Because Becky needed.
But
it's not necessary.
But see, the point is then they edited it on Raw, and that's how they edited it together. They edited it together where the announcement was made that Sasha wasn't going to compete.
And then there was never a Carmella situation.
Neo's going to get us taken down.
Yeah.
There's no audio.
We can't.
It doesn't matter. You can't post. God damn it, Neo. But
hey, Josh, can you cut that part out?
So basically they edited out the whole Carmella coming out thing.
Yes, on Raw for like the condensed version of the highlights
for good reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't show that in a highlight, but if you're showing the whole thing, like
it's a good story to tell, but honestly, this whole situation ruined my evening. Like the rest of my evening was fucked. When Becky comes out here and fucking shakes her hand, cheap shots her, and rock bottoms her and gets the fucking win, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I was sitting
angry. It was such an emotional roller coaster. Like I went from being so excited to her being back to such a low about what they just did.
And I was sitting with Beek, and I was pissed.
Yeah, we were furious.
When it was Carmella, I'm like, I fucking called it. It's Carmella. Then Becky comes out. It's like, oh, the day is saved. Then that shit happens. I missed the fucking match because I was tweeting about the fucking light in my eyes, not being able to see the fucking ring.
Yep, the whole situation was. We're two bald, bearded white guys super pissed off that this woman just come out and beat this other woman in a wrestling match.
And the other part,
it's funny when you put it into perspective.
They just totally bury Bianca. If you have Carmella out there, at least have her cause a distraction or do something so that Becky is not doing that. But apparently the plan is Becky's heel. Apparently Becky wants to be a heel, so they're going to let Becky be a heel.
What happened with Carmella? What
just roll that.
No, they needed Becky Lynch to go out and destroy Carmella in the least believable way possible.
Yeah.
For reasons.
What about the other random Nakamura moment?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
By the way,
what was that?
Notice that match didn't happen until Mega Ran goes, "Hey, what happened with Nakamura?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
Me and Jared like, did they just have him do his entrance to pop the crowd?
It's like, who's Nakamura facing? Like, what's going on here?
No, he's facing Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
And Darrell turns around and looks and goes, "Where did they go?"
What happened with Shinsuke?
Where's Shinsuke? You got all excited for Shinsuke. Darrell was sitting there singing along. I was really happy.
Yeah.
And then,
that's what I'm saying.
Where'd he go?
I haven't had a lot of opportunities to watch Shinsuke wrestle in real life, you know.
Sure.
And you never
I was excited. I guess not.
And our seats honestly weren't so awful
show,
until that fucking blue light kept on.
Yeah.
Like it was dancing around for a while, then all of a sudden, boop, fucking fixated right in our faces.
Yep.
It was bad enough. So I've had like a little eye irritation for a couple of weeks, but it had been better. The day after, the morning after, my eye was all red and bloodshot from it, like from the light being in my eye. It was
fucking
that
motherfucker.
That's not what it was from, Jared, and we both know.
He got pink eye.
It was probably because he stayed up until like 5 a.m.
Let's not talk about.
He saw the pictures.
Well, let's not talk about what happened after you left the nerd.
That lined up really funny.
Oh yeah, look at her legs are backwards.
Yeah, that looks funny. But there were there was the other return that I thought was exciting. Ponytail Brock came back,
which we almost missed.
We almost missed because we were leaving.
Which I totally missed because I was gone.
Yeah. we missed it too, and we were outside of the section when Lesnar's music hit. And I just looked at my now wife and said, "Fuck it, let's go home. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here."
Well, can I? That actually brings up a point of something that was really interesting throughout Allegiant Stadium is they weren't running closed circuit TV in the building if you were in the concourses.
They were.
Like,
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I
didn't understand why that wasn't the case. Like
because they had all sorts of nice TVs everywhere too.
Yeah, there's TVs all throughout the concourse. Like there were some that even had the SummerSlam logo on it. It's like, what? Why can't we stand in line and watch what's going on? It's like we already paid to fucking be here. You can show us while we pay to go get something else. If your systems fucking worked.
I want the guy that fucking made this to send it to Brock Lesnar from his.
Yeah.
And I have another message for Raider fans. The eternal flame in the end zone, not eternal. It was not on.
Yeah, it was off. It's bullshit.
Yeah. It's a work, bro.
It was bullshit.
It's a gimmick,
just like
bro.
Al. Temporary just like Al Davis.
Oh, just win, baby, win.
Hey, we got to give the stadium something. They did have warm water outside for us in tiny plastic cups. Got to give them that one.
The goddamn desert. Not like
that's right.
Wait. If I'm gonna drink from a random fucking water tub in Vegas, I better fucking get high afterwards or not remember shit.
No,
it was just fucking water.
If you're gonna drink from a random water tub in Vegas, it should be at the Nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely how you get sick.
That's how you get high. Is how that happens. But I mean, I'm kind of circling back to what Darrell said. I was really disappointed with the show. I mean, I know we had our own personal gripes, and all of the other stuff obviously led to this being a bad time, but like just midway through the show,
have a bad time.
well, I sincerely found myself saying like, I don't want to do this anymore. There's been too many WWE shows where I've had that feeling of like, wow, this is bad, and I feel like 10 million miles away, and I can't really see shit.
It's like Costco of wrestling. They've got a lot of it, and you can get it for a reasonable price. Whether or not it's super great, yeah. But hey,
it wasn't a reasonable price. It wasn't a fucking reasonable price to have a light shine in my fucking eye.
It was a reasonable price for me.
I
still left.
I actually reached out to Allegiant Stadium and WWE, and Allegiant actually got back to me today, and we'll see if that actually goes anywhere. Because I was like, it's bullshit. I couldn't fucking see the ring, and we couldn't get concessions. Yeah, it's like couldn't eat for 3 hours. 4 hours. Their sight lines are shit. Like, what the fuck was there thinking about the ramp? Like putting it in the corner with the fans,
lower.
Like,
and then we see the guys just pop out facing us. Like,
it was like 3/4 of the fans in attendance couldn't see because of the way they blocked it and the seats were. It's like, why do this? You have an entire fucking outfit or end zone you could have set a stage from. I don't care if you pull the stage in closer and not use the whole depth, but like, what the fuck? And it was just bad. The matches weren't that interesting. Twice, when Neo said he was leaving, I debated leaving with Neo. And then Derek, I think just before the main event, you're like, let's go to Omega Mart. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to go do
that. It would have been better. It would have been better to go to Omega Mart.
I know.
I would have gone.
I liked watching the main event. I was glad I stayed for it. But at one point, especially when it felt like the fate was sealed, I felt like we could go. Brock sticking around, or Brock showing up, I thought was exciting. And I mean, it's definitely doesn't move the needle like CM Punk, but WWE has all of their big names back right now. I still don't understand.
Cena's out.
All of the releases. What?
Cena's back out. Cena's got to go back to shooting and promoting. So he's apparently still gonna make the Madison Square Garden house show, and then that's it. So he tweeted basically he's off for a while. So they got Brock back, which was basically the only thing they could do to counter Punk. They brought back Brock and Becky, and that's what they got. And we just got to see if they can come up with some creative.
Good old Brocky.
So I don't know. We were talking about what we saw out of that match, and even that main event wasn't as good as it should have been. John Cena didn't bust out all of the moves. He didn't bust out the death punch and shit. He didn't bust out,
Is there a Cena con Rana?
No, I don't think so.
No,
he was reverse. His springboard stunner.
No.
The most hilarious move to see John Cena try to pull off.
He also does a code red. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's like a reverse code red. Like, I don't
does
know
he do a code red?
Yeah.
Does
he started doing it. It's similar. Yes.
I want to just credit Roman Reigns once again, though, because I think he's done a freaking awesome job. And like when he was sparring with Cena verbally, he was getting those fucking jabs in, including that missionary line position about Nikki Bella, which I was like, holy shit. Like that was one of those fucking moments.
There he goes.
It was a big moment for me. I enjoyed that thoroughly, and I was waiting to see what John Cena came back with, and it was kind of like watching the Usos battle the New Day in the rap battle when the Usos got the New Day so good that I was like, "Stop it! You're killing him!" Like
no, when they got Xavier so good,
right.
Poor guy.
Maybe you shouldn't have even been out there. He has way too much dirt, too many skeletons in the closet. But I thought
it was on a couch. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't even. We don't need details.
Yeah, let me pull up a GIF of that.
No.
What are you guys talking about? I don't know. Clue me in.
Oh no.
So Beek, when a man loves a woman, he will also let her love another man.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Videotape it.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
What do they do with the championship title, though?
Maybe it's
come on.
Oh.
I'm just asking questions.
Anyway, Tribal Chief. Awesome job.
Tribal chief.
Speaking of Xavier Woods,
I will acknowledge him once again.
I was worried when the screen started to pop up what was going to happen.
Yeah, I was a little nervous too.
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
oh no,
what?
oh no, oh no, we're gonna get banned from Twitch.
speaking of Xavier Woods, do we devote even 5 seconds of talking about him squirting the
We
Miz
just
with
said we
water?
were done with that. Oh,
No,
Okay.
he's talking about squirting water.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't, because it's a stupid thing. And I feel like WWE even kind of course corrected themselves a bit on Raw when they came out and had Miz and Morrison like get into an argument about how stupid the water stuff has been. And
Yes.
I was like, all right, this is very meta, but I'm glad they're doing it. It seemed necessary, and it seemed to be one of those moments that really just kind of, all right, we're past it now. We're gonna move on. Obviously, looks like Miz is gonna be a heel, and they're gonna turn John Morrison into a face, which is
And
an excellent move.
they have he has this squirt gun that basically sprays about as powerfully as a super soaker, and it's just knocking them on their ass,
Yes.
and they can't even get up from it.
Like me in the shower
I-
at the park MGM.
Yeah.
I
Holy
get that you
shit.
have to
Holy pressure,
you have to
Batman.
sell punches, but
Yeah,
come
man, they're
on.
selling it like a motherfucker. They're getting their ass whipped by that host.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny is Beek and Jared and I were walking down, going back to the hotel. We were talking about the water pressure of the hotel
Oh,
and
yeah.
how great
Oh,
it was.
great.
It almost knocked Derek over.
I really did. I made the fucking psychopathic move of actually getting in the shower and
Which-
turning on the shower while
Nobody fucking does that. Who fucking does that?
Yeah, nobody
Chaos,
does that.
man. Let's do this.
I
Boom.
was.
Your best case, your
Got
best
like
case
4
scenario
hours of
is-
sleep the first night. Mega Ran was so drunk he was dancing on a bridge to a fucking saxophonist. It was awesome. But
Dude, I was putting over the water pressure to Alicia today. I'm like, babe, the showers. I actually took a couple extra showers just because.
yeah,
Yeah, same.
got the crevices cleaned out and shit. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
great.
shower
Daryl,
in the
you were in a
morning,
di-
shower
Daryl, you
in
were
the
in a different
evening.
hotel.
I actually showered in
know.
3 different hotel rooms in that hotel. Great pressure in all of them, guys. Great.
Listen, man, whore.
Yeah,
Hey.
powerful enough you could just water pick your teeth. No big deal.
Yeah.
The teeth weren't. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Just don't.
In my house.
But we had Beek's first gambling experience of his.
That was
life.
fun.
That was exciting.
Oh,
We were up, we were down.
I think it's a gamble.
Did not enjoy.
Cannot recommend. No,
I
do
definitely
no.
left with less money than I joined
Correct.
at the tables. About $140, but hey, it was fun. It really was quite a bit of fun. We did roulette for a while, and then we jumped on the blackjack. And you know what? I was up, and I should have quit, but I did not, and I continued to have fun regardless.
That's all that matters, bruv.
Oh man, yeah, we had a good time. I think my favorite thing was how often we filled up our tall boys at Fat Tuesdays. That was excessive, and at
I'm
one point,
still twitching from the sugar.
yeah, it was a lot, especially when we went out on a walk and got some and then refilled on the way back. That was where I really felt like
That was Mega Ran's call too.
That really was.
Yeah, I got a brain
Yeah,
freeze.
it was
He
totally
is
his
really
call.
a bad influence. Mega
Yeah, it was-
Man is a
yeah,
pusher.
What?
Can we talk about what an instigator he was all weekend?
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah. Mega
Whoa.
Man, he seems sweet. He is an instigator.
Yeah. He's-
Speaking of which,
He instigated a taco run that went really south.
I
wait,
will
before
fight you
we
right
get into
now,
that,
Jared.
before we get into that, I just want to say, if you are in the Valley here in Phoenix, he's got a show coming up September 3rd.
Oh,
Right, September 3rd, right?
Yeah, it's his birthday show.
Yeah, birthday show at the Van Buren. Tickets are still available. Please be vaccinated.
But join us. We're gonna be there.
And join us. Yeah, we will be there. Phoenix at the Van Buren, September 3rd.
Correct.
All right, now let's talk about this shitty hot dog taco story.
No, we're not. We don't.
No,
we don't need to
we-
talk about
we-
it. We
we-
got drunk. There was a miscommunication about directions. Jared told me we were going to a food truck that they weren't.
And then
going.
Mega Ran changed the plan because his little
Yeah.
food truck guy wasn't there. So he went in and got a elote hot dog, which I've never had before and was really good.
And then I finally made the decision to have Derek give me the damn phone so I could read what the fuck is going on. And I deciphered the damn bitch, and I got
Oh,
us to the fucking place.
Wait a
He
second.
did.
So Beek,
Found
it's
it.
clear enough to you and Darrell how to get there?
I just saw only because I saw the name of the venue.
It doesn't matter.
Giving the venue name helps. Giving the venue name helps.
It did. It was key. It was key.
Okay. Which was in the first message I sent, right?
It was in there, indeed.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not joining any sides here. I'm just saying.
You're the one that said it was a food truck, Jared. It's not a food truck. It was a sit-down restaurant. You know it, and I would still be on Fremont Street.
Card subject to change, Derek.
And the worst part about it, guys, it was a hot dog place, and by the time we got there, motherfuckers were out of hot dogs.
I know.
Motherfuckers
Fozzie
were
got
out
the
of-
last hot dog.
That's like fucking McDonald's saying, sorry, bro, no burgers.
How does a hot dog place run out of hot dogs?
Because it was like
hungry
in the
motherfuckers.
fucking morning, and they were about to close.
How are they
They
going to open the
closed
next
while we were
place?
sitting there.
Hey, Las Vegas, you need to get your food shit together.
Wait a
When
minute.
I come there, I
Yeah,
expect
that is true.
They definitely were not out of hot dogs because they had to open the next day. They were out of hot dogs that they cooked and were willing to cook that
That's
day.
what it is.
That's what fucking.
But can we talk about I wanted to get Beek White Castle, and White Castle was fucking closed early.
No, you don't want to get Beek White Castle.
No,
I
didn't
wanted
want
it really
get
bad for the
I didn't-
experience.
I didn't want it. I wanted Beek to have it.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. I wanted Beek to have it.
I did that experience, Beek. It wasn't worth it.
I was gonna get me a crave case and go fucking hard as a motherfucker.
Now
You
we
would
have
have needed
talked-
that shower.
We have
Yeah.
talked in the past
Clean
about
my
the
hose.
nerd and what an amazing experience the nerd is. Just as a wrestling fan, you can go there and experience a ton of wrestling nostalgia and memorabilia. They have a Jushin Thunder Liger mask and all sorts of stuff. Officially, as of today or yesterday, I believe they now have like Joey Janela's gear from like one of the, I think, Double or Nothings or something like that.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you get to have Human Tornado be your bouncer at the front door, and then you get to experience all the craziness that the nerd has to offer. You ever wanted to bowl with normal shoes on? You could do it at the nerd. You're going to do really badly at it. But you're also going to run into, I don't know, Alundra Blaze, perhaps. You're going to run into Xavier Woods. You're going to run into Sabu and drink and do shots with them. By the way, Sabu, all things considered, very particular about his pictures.
Yeah, he wants you to have great lighting.
I was watching all the like, there's both awesome wrestlers and questionable wrestlers at this video, but hey, it was like a fucking it was like the cantina scene in Star Wars with fucking wrestlers and wrestling fans.
Marty the Moth, who now remembers my name because he called me Charles the first time I said it.
Yeah, that was. What's your name? Jared. Charles? No, not at all.
That's right.
Chuck. No, Jared.
Sharon.
Yeah. He remembered the rest of the night. I caught him right before he was doing a shot, and I'm like, pop quiz, what's my name? He's like, Jared, now go away.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Allie Catch was there, Janela. It was a great time. We had a very interesting night, both nights that we went there. Got entirely too drunk and had an absolute blast. But probably enough, had way more fun at the nerd than I did, I think, at other things we went to.
By far,
right?
I don't think there's anything particularly close.
We went to the Talking Shopomania. That was a little.
Oh yeah, that was
kind of great. We had
with a special guest. We need to discuss the special guest at Talking Shopomania. Uncle Alan showed up to the surprise of everybody but Gallows' wife. She apparently set the whole thing up, and the best part was it caused Mojo to get bumped.
That was very funny. And Mojo was a great sport about it. But AJ confirmed for us in the parking lot that it was in fact a complete surprise and that the guys had no idea that they were going to be there.
Well, we all got work, you fucking marks.
It was a mess of a show otherwise, an absolute mess of a show. It made me wonder how they even have a podcast, but it also quite a bit. They're very funny. So but I don't think they finished a single story the entire night.
I like that I asked at the Q&A part to finish the story, and I didn't get the answer to the story I asked about.
Yes.
You fucking guys to the same fucking stars.
Me and Beek went to, what was the swap meet thing, Beek?
Wrestle Swap. They had a bunch of venues or vendors with like vintage wrestling merch or gear, shirts that were insane, that were up to, I think one was $1,800. There was one for like over $2,000. Vintage t-shirts. I mean, they were some cool shit, to be honest. I mean, we can't Yes, they're very cool, but I can't spend the money.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy. I have a fucking box under my bed filled with these shirts that I'm gonna break out and fucking sell as soon as humanly possible. I had no idea there was a market like this for them. And even some of the way they acted about these shirts. I mean, these are worn, faded, cracked shirts. These are not like the ones he's talking about. The reason why they were so expensive is because they're brand new. They're like never worn.
I don't care if a shirt is $2,000. It better make me look 50 pounds later when I put it on.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, this definitely would not do that.
No,
I'm pretty sure this would add weight to you. And
I probably the rest of the trip did. Walked 15, 20 miles and still gained weight. That's what we did in Vegas.
Yeah. Then we did it right. We did it right.
It was all the sugar.
I managed not to get burned, even though I didn't put on any sunblock. So we did spend enough time indoors between walking. Because honestly, when you get around in Vegas, you can walk a good amount of time indoors if you stick to the casinos and the little malls.
It's almost a half mile to get out of any casino or hotel in Vegas. By the time to get to a door, it takes a while. They make you walk through the casino. They know what they're doing.
Yes, sir.
Lyfts and Ubers were absolutely insane, so we did walk as much as possible, but we did take some.
Not me, man. It was freaking hot.
Yeah.
Dave is sensitive.
You were upset with the walking, or you just didn't walk?
I didn't want to walk, man. So I paid the extra monies for Ubers and stuff. So,
and that's the look of a man that still remembers how much each one of those cost.
You went to do any Uber.
You went to the West Side Gun thing. How was that? Pop-up shop, right?
You know what? It was bad. It was I thought it was going to be in and out. It was bad for me because it was about 2 hours long, but it was also good because West Side was just giving his time to everybody. That's the thing.
Probably what took so long is
that's exactly why it took so long. Yeah. It could have been like any other meet and greet that you're used to at a wrestling show. Yep, that's it. But he was legit talking to people, handshaking, taking pictures. His wife was ringing everybody up. He was giving away lemonade. I mean, you name it. This guy, again, I was at the back of my mind. I'm like, oh shit, because I've been here for 2 fucking hours and haven't done anything. But at the same time, I couldn't get mad at him because, he was giving his all to everybody. So,
and he's somebody we all support and and I think he's somebody that we all want to see do well. And, he's also wrestling adjacent, right? He's a wrestling fan. He's front row at damn near every show, or at least the big shows, the Paul Donald White shows. That's cool. I mean, I think we all had a really good time. We had a really weird experience going to a Foot Locker, and we were supposed to just be given some shirts for free of wrestling shirts, and somehow the manager of the Foot Locker just told us to take whatever we wanted, and it felt like we were robbing the place. I don't fucking understand even what happened, but that's what happens when you roll around with Mega Ran. Shit like that happens.
Speaking of shit that happens when you're with Mega Ran, Giant Omos just showed up as we were waiting for an Uber, and the term giant is totally accurate with that man. He is huge, but super friendly and fun. We had a great little conversation.
I told you guys a very funny story about him going to see Magic Dragon.
Do not share that story.
I'm not going to share that story.
But let's just say we all enjoyed Piff. He really enjoyed Piff, and there is some Piff doesn't pull punches. Let's go with that.
Yeah, when I saw that picture, that was the only one that made me go, "Oh man!" Oh my motherfucker!
I know we hit up the SummerSlam after party right after it ended.
Yeah, that was hilarious. We walked past it. Oh, this looks dead. Then we come back. Yeah, that was the place.
That was it. Yeah, the dead thing. It was the actual thing.
What was great back to the fucked up Uber and Lyft situation is I ordered an Uber, or Mega Ran had one ordered. That took forever. I ordered one. That was taking forever. Derek orders one, 30 seconds later, they're gone. And it made no fucking sense. And then, of course, while we're mid-Uber, we find out that the after party's dead and change plans, which that was chaos. Chaos reigned this weekend.
Chaos reigned.
Derek ordered an Uber, and then we were supposed to cancel it, and he saw he was gonna get a cancellation fee, so he called them and said, "Yeah, my friend is sick, so we don't want to. Can we cancel? We don't want to."
Hold on. There was a reason why.
No, it was brilliant.
No, but there was a reason why. The guy said he was on his way there and fucking was also still dropping off another fare.
Yeah, but I just love the brilliant move. In order to avoid the cancellation fee, he's like, somebody's sick, so we don't want to get him in your car.
And guess what? It fucking worked, and I didn't.
No, I know. I'm fucking using that.
And the only reason why Rand and I and I can't remember who was with us, Kyle, jumped in the Uber at that point when we were waiting, when we were talking to Omos, is because it showed up and I'm like, I don't want this to ruin my Uber rating or have to pay for this because they're here. And even though we know we got to cancel because the SummerSlam after party's wrapped up, it's like, might as well just get in and we'll go meet with the other guys. And then midway through, somebody in the vehicle who may have a show coming up in Phoenix next week that you should go see at the Van Buren suggested that we just go to the Nerd. And so we called an audible mid-route, even though I'm like, why don't we get the guys? He's like, no, they'll meet us there. It's like, I'm just saying somebody was an instigator.
That's how he moves. That's how we should all move. Remember, in this life, worry about your goddamn self. Don't worry about the 9 jackasses you brought with you to Las Vegas, herding fucking cats to get together and do something.
You guys are fucking cats. The one time I'm like, we're going to fucking Mandalay Bay. We're meeting with Darrell. Walk with me.
No.
Where the fuck?
Yep.
I made the wise decision to go with Jared.
Yeah, I walked entirely too far after SummerSlam. Let me tell you.
That there was a train from.
I walked my anger off. I walked 3 miles apparently because that's the distance from the stadium to back to my hotel.
Did you know that there was a little sky tram from Mandalay Bay all the way over?
I would have caught the little sky train. I'm pretty sure that would have been a good thing to catch.
Yeah,
sky train.
Had you followed me, you would have figured that out eventually.
Is it a monorail or a sky train?
It was a sky train because the monorail you got paid for. This was free.
Monorail. Monorail.
Let's Rhea Ripley story.
Yeah, I was sitting there like,
I want to say this. I shouldn't probably say this, but we went to the WWE press junket, and this was when was this? Friday morning? First of all, entirely too easy to get in. I understand there was security peppered throughout, but we needed 0 credentials and walked right into this event and just stood around in the middle of all of these journalists doing their thing.
It was hilarious.
Met our journalist friends. And that's what we were there to do. Everybody was looking very lovely.
We walk over and we make coffee for ourselves, that casual and cool it's supposed to be there.
Drew McIntyre blew me a kiss. That was fun. I don't think.
Wait. Did he blow you a kiss, or was it somebody standing behind you?
I think it might have been somebody standing behind me.
Yeah, I didn't even remember you were there.
He didn't. He was like, "Which mask were you? Which mask guy were you?" But the funniest thing at all was us finding the press junket involved us going on a search for where this thing that we had no idea where in our hotel it might be. And we see Rhea Ripley walking. I don't know what you guys stopped for, but I didn't stop. I proceeded to follow Rhea Ripley.
We wanted coffee.
That was it.
I'll explain.
And I followed Rhea Ripley because I wanted to see where she was going. My thought was she was going to this press junket so that I might be able to get an idea of where it was.
Yeah.
Then she just kind of stopped in the area where all the Italian shops were in the Park MGM.
Can't say
because
that.
they was in this area. It was in this area.
It was called Italy.
Park MGM.
The area was called Italy, David.
Italy. And she was.
Really
I think everything was closed, so she was going to turn around.
Yeah, she turned around and saw Derek pacing her.
Saw me stalking her.
Stalker again.
Like a panther. He was stalking her.
Before.
And he's an older one this time. Oh God.
Oh man.
Thought this was a young man's game.
Before I could even say anything, I was like, "Hi," and she goes, "Hey, do you know what Region 5 is?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" She started just showing me random text messages on her phone, and then started complaining about how she hadn't had anything to eat. And she was very, very, very heartwarming because she used the F word a lot, and I'm very fond of people that do that with me, right out of the gate, just meeting me.
I don't like when people use slurs, Derek, but I guess you're a big fan.
Oh, no, the fuck word. It's the fuck word.
Oh, sorry.
Grow up again. All right. Maybe if you weren't hitting your marijuana pipe, you'd understand what references I was.
At least this one he knows where it is.
I found it.
Oh, that's a low blow, Jared. Neither one of us like you for that. All right. But yeah, it was a weird weekend filled with shit like that. I mean,
Craziness.
I don't know. We kept
Seeing our truth running around, not wanting to talk to fans while he's gambling.
That
People
was-
walking up to him, like trying to talk to him. He's like, and they're like, okay, we get it.
mask or no mask, super recognizable and hard to get away from fans who basically pursued him all over the casino floor. Yeah, we had a good time. We went to, well, I'm sad that we missed out on the MDK murder death karaoke that they held after
Yeah,
talking.
that looked outrageous.
Yeah, that looked rad.
Yeah. Except we were at the Nerd drinking with other people. so-
Correct. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
He's not lying.
We might have had a better time at the Nerd. Who knows? It's debatable. But let's do winners of the week, shall we? We've gone on long enough. I think we had a great time in Vegas. That's the consensus. Darrell, I didn't get to see you much because we just abandoned you at a different hotel, but I wanted to make sure you
Yeah,
had
that herding cats thing. Yeah. Hey, Darrell, we're going here. Oh, I'm sorry, Darrell, we're not here.
Oh wait, did we pull that shit? Because I was I'm sorry, Darrell.
Yeah.
Several times I had to text Darrell like,
Oh fucking A.
changed again.
yeah.
Darrell probably had a great time with his wife because they just got to go do things.
Well, our favorite thing to do is to go to different places, talk to each other, and drink. And Vegas is a great place to do that. And so we went to there's this one place called Fuel Bar that they have 2-for-1 drinks, is what they say. It's 2-for-1 or whatever, but it's the only place where you could get somewhat reasonably priced drinks. So we like our Saturday night, we ate at Wahlburgers and we had some drinks there, and we had walked there, and then we walked a little further to the Wynn and we had a few drinks there, and then we walked to the Sahara. So we outwalked your ass. We walked the whole strip, 5 miles, baby.
Jesus.
Yep.
That's a hell of a pub crawl.
It was
How
great.
you oddly keep yourself kind of sobering up while you're getting drunk the whole time.
Yes.
All right, let's do winners of the week, shall we?
Sure.
We
Darrell's
just
Darrell's my winner of the week. Simply
Why is this? Oh, because I got
Well,
married.
you got married, and that could be
There's that.
one.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But I'll give my real winner of the week to CM Punk, for obvious reasons.
You cheat.
I just got it in. I don't even feel like I need to give an explanation.
That's not even who you said. Some other dude, some Phil dude is what you said in the chat.
Now I have to change the notes. That's fine.
It's the same person.
Phil Brooks is CM Punk, and CM Punk is Phil Brooks. So yeah, I'm disappointed in all of you, by the way. Go ahead. I'm going to throw this over to Neo. Neo, who's your winner of the week?
My winner of the week is going to be Shinsuke Nakamura and what's his name? Eric Boogs? Rick Boogs.
Rick Boogs.
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy?
Eric Bugenhagen. He's a NXT guy that's pretty funny and talented. They stuck him in a weird role where he was a State Farm insurance salesman or something? Is that what he was doing in the commercials for the last?
Yeah, he played couple different characters, and he was on the Old Spice commercial.
Yeah, basically.
Or
The Old Spice guy.
Sex Panther or some shit.
Yeah, it was the Old Spice. And then, basically, this is what he does now.
Yeah, they're my winners because they came out to SummerSlam and didn't have to do anything, but just play rad music.
Yeah.
They had a similar night as Neo did.
Exactly. They showed up
and left.
Showed up, took off. Fuck it.
Yeah.
They didn't disappoint because they couldn't disappoint.
Everyone was left. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, for a minute,
Shinsuke come out.
For a minute, I thought Shinsuke was gonna fight fucking Bianca Belair for the title.
I legit thought I blacked out for a second. Like a match went down that I did not see.
Am I on the drugs?
On the
Speaking of blacking out, T Call was with us and he the whole fucking show at the stadium. If you want an idea of his experience, he says he woke up during every match, but I don't believe that.
He did a surprising amount of sleeping this trip because
really did.
We all went to the Nerd. He actually he slept through SummerSlam, went back
and
to
then
the hotel,
went back to the hotel.
slept some more. Yeah.
Sleep on your dead, T. Sleepy Tiki. Also, shout out to Sleepy Joe. Speaking of people, Sleepy Joe somehow got me my favorite picture of the weekend that I cannot share on social media. Darrell, let's go to you. Your winner of the week.
My winner of the week is the Denver Broncos because the Oakland Raiders' brand new fancy stadium does not have its shit together.
A division fucking slam. I love it. Yeah. Also, they named Teddy Bridgewater their starting quarterback, and that's the right move. All right. Let's go.
You know what? To Darrell's point, it was really complicated to find our seats also.
Yeah.
Like it really was, because all the signage was like broken apart and whatnot. Like you had to take escalators and de-escalators and curve buildings and turn buildings. So it was a shit show. Really
there was a portal at one point.
I wasn't a huge fan of their process with needing to scan my ticket every time I went in and out of the club section, because I didn't have my ticket. Mega Ran did. So then he sent me a screenshot of it, and then they couldn't get the screenshot to scan. And I don't think they ever realized it was a screenshot, because all they would do is try to scan it a whole bunch of times and then get frustrated with it and then just let me in. And that happened every single time. So I just don't know what the point of this dog and pony show is if they're still just going to let me in.
I was also upset that I couldn't join my friends because of that same thing.
Yeah. No, you just got a line, say you're going to the merch stand, and you can make your way down there.
That's all we did. Yeah, we're going to check out this merch. All right, go ahead.
That's a simple lie. That's a simple lie. See, again, why even have them there if they can be that easily persuaded to let you in? Yeah. Beek, your winner of the week, sir.
My winner of the week is Ted DiBiase.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I say this is because not only has he been doing awesome stuff for quite a while, he closed up his storyline this week with a hilarious ending, and he did all kinds of cool shit during the time. He was funny. He bumped. He put guys over. A great way to use a legend. And yes, I choose Ted DiBiase.
I didn't think he had that left in him, to be honest. I really did. A
lot of fun, man.
Right, because I've seen him a lot, and again, a lot of these guys, they come back, they do a spot here or there, they wrestle a little bit or whatever. I haven't seen him do any of that stuff. So the stuff he's done during this perfect feud, this is, to me, this is like fantasy booking stuff that I would do on a video game.
For sure.
Make a character like Cameron Grimes that was like a money guy, and then fucking download the Ted DiBiase DLC and partner them up immediately. Also, do you want to tell the story about him at the
I was just about to. Yeah, it was so funny because they're all these different people talking to the wrestlers, and Ted DiBiase is literally going down the row interviewing people, but always ending it with the line and the laugh, like sticking it as hard as possible. He wasn't phoning it. He's like, ha ha ha, like, oh, congratulations.
Everybody has a price.
Everybody's got it. Oh man, I fucking loved it. I can't believe he did it as much for everybody.
Yeah, it was just it was kind of like Jimmy Hart calling people baby.
Yeah. Hey baby, what's happening, baby?
Yeah, it was like you didn't get called
How
baby
you doing, baby?
while you were there. You really missed out. All right, last but not least, Jared, I'll toss it to you. Who's your winner of the week?
The nerd.
The nerd establishment.
The nerd bar. I mean, there wasn't enough in wrestling, at least the WWE side, that was good enough. Punk's clearly the winner. I mean, you could probably say AEW, Tony Khan, if you wanted to really go off that. But for us,
winners are the fans.
I think the nerd. We had so much fun there. We were there 2 nights in a row. It's a great establishment. We got a little sneak peek of something they got coming, in the way of a little speakeasy that's going to be a great addition over there. They treated us well. Everybody has fun there.
For those of you that are unaware what the nerd is, it's this bar near Fremont Street. So it's in like not a great part of town. It's in kind of the old Las Vegas, but it's also a very
scary Las Vegas.
Gross, scary part of Las Vegas.
Nah, I disagree.
Fremont
Street is awesome.
Fremont
Street is not that bad.
Fremont's weird Vegas. Fremont is weird Vegas.
Weird Vegas. Yes, that's definitely a good way to phrase it.
I like how two different perspectives. It's
a Neonopolis. That's not scary.
Well, I don't know. I walked around the building looking for a fucking hot dog food truck. So my opinion of the area is different than maybe your guys' being just in the interior area. But still, the Nerd is like this really weird establishment with bowling lanes and a giant mechanical bull penis that you can ride.
Just a penis.
No. It's just a penis. It's not a bull
Yeah,
penis.
It's not a bull penis.
Let's
What I
be
mean by
clear.
mechanical bull is it's a mechanical bull, but it's
Shaped like a penis.
Thank you. It's shaped like a penis.
Yes.
A fucking just massive cock. And then like they have video games and a bunch of memorabilia and toys and bullshit. It's a weird place, but it's a lot of fun, and we have ended up there a number of times. It's by far the one place that really weird nights end up happening that highlight our weekends in Las Vegas typically. So it happened again this year. So all right, well, that's all we got, guys. So thank you so much for listening and watching along. We're episode 448. You can get us all on Twitter. Let me go through this. I'm at cap_caveman with a K. Darrell is at Zazumplop. That's ZAZZUMPLOP. You can get Neo at the Neo X. That's with an ECKS at the end. You can get SuperJew at SuperJew75. And of course, you could get Uncle Beek at James Vanderbeek. That's JAIMS. But none of those tags matter because all roads lead to at the Steel Cage. Send us an email. Send us pictures of your cat. That's podcast at thesteelcage.com.
Look, another cat though.
Go to our shop. We might have t-shirts that fit your cat. You can get those at thesteelcageshop.com. Or, of course, Uncle Beek's amazing t-shirt store that gets so much praise is available at pentagonzo.com. So many cool designs.
Look at Darrell's monkey.
A lot of love for the
Whoa.
Look at his monkey. Look at the monkey.
Oh,
Look at
don't do
Darrell's
that.
what?
Don't do that. Are we doing the monkey thing again?
Look at the
Oh,
monkey. No, not that. It's a different monkey. Don't bring up that monkey.
All right. Also shows Unfunny Nerd Tangent. What you guys got cooking up, and what you guys post recently?
Oh, I have no idea what we've got cooking.
You don't know. What did you do? What show?
What did
it
we
was,
do?
Episode
did-
125, the Suicide Squad.
Thank you,
Thank
Neil.
you, thank you, Neil, for knowing what I recorded better than I do.
Yeah.
Like,
And they didn't even tell me about it.
No,
Yeah.
Well,
So the Suicide Squad is these guys.
It's those guys.
I
and
saw
Tim
the-
really
I saw
liked the
the
first
first one.
movie.
Have
Tim
you
really
seen-
liked the first one.
Have
Really
you
liked it or just liked it?
He
I
defended
love
it.
this one.
Ooh.
I was-
I guess
I
it's
seen-
not. It's a pile, but it's not the worst pile I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad. I think if I remember correctly, I was the only reasonable person on that episode for the original Suicide Squad. So it was who rightly gave it 1 star out of 5.
I think I gave it negative stars, and that's why.
No, you
Darryl
did
said-
not. Everybody, I think you gave it like 2.5.
No
Like
way! I was
everybody-
that nice to Tim.
Go back and listen to it.
Go back and
Yeah.
listen to it. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
listen
You
to
can check
both.
the
Listen to
catalog
you.
of
Yeah.
Unfunny Nerd Tangent.
And
on-
then tweet these guys about who was
Well-
right, who was wrong.
It was like that was like our second or third episode. You know,
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah, I
remember the
know.
one we recorded 2 weeks ago, let alone the one we recorded years
Right.
ago. So why do you expect me to remember the shit I do?
And
for
that's
this
why we
podcast?
have Jared on this podcast network, folks.
To misremember things.
Who gives a fuck? It's for listening to for an hour and being done with it.
That's right. That's
Fair.
right.
That is not knowledge
Yeah.
I need to retain.
Yeah. Don't quote tweet me, by the way, from this podcast. I don't remember what I say. But thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you to all the boys for our time in Las Vegas, and thank you for joining me. Appreciate you guys listening to episode 448. And remember, kids, you're never going to get healthy in the same place that got you sick in the first place.